Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of the video. Let's continue where we left off. We're talking about if this graph is a function or not. If I draw a vertical line here, it only touches that line one time right there. I could have also drawn the vertical line right here and it only touches the graph one time there. So the answer is yes, it is a function. Okay, passes the vertical line test, touches once or one time. Okay, all right, the domain. Domain is about how wide something is. If I need you to make an observation, is that this graph has two arrows, meaning it keeps going. Okay, so I can't really say it goes from here to here. Okay, again, I cannot say that it goes from here to here. That's impossible. Okay, so the domain will be all real numbers. All right, the range, it's about how high and how low it goes. Again, with this arrow, it means it keeps going up. It's going to keep going higher. So I cannot measure how high or how low. So the range is also all real numbers. Okay? All right. Let's go on to number 15. Now you're probably panicking. Oh my goodness, they gave us fractions. This is 1/10, 1/8, 1/5, 1/4, and 1/2. All these fractions are all different numbers. 1/2 is not the same as 1/4 nor 1/5. So, does this represent a function? The answer is yes, because x values do not repeat. Alright, and the domain, well, lucky for us, it's already in order. Remember, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the fraction is. So this is already in order for us. So that's our domain. Okay, our range will be, again, from smallest to greatest. So we'll begin with 7, 9, 11, and 14. Remember, do not repeat numbers. Do not remember. Do not repeat numbers. Alright, so again, 9 repeated, so we don't repeat them. Okay? Alright, let's keep going. Number 16. Alright, so let's look at our x values. We got -0.2, 0.6, -1.3, 1.0, and -0.2. So hopefully you saw it, that this number and this number repeat. So the answer for this one is no, it is not a function. And the reason is x values repeat. Okay. All right, now let's write down our domain. Remember, domain is your x. Domain is x. If you want to write that on there. We'll start from least to greatest. So the smallest number is actually -1.3, followed by -0.2, then 0.6, and then 1.0. So that will be our domain. All right, range. Remember that range is your y's. So we'll start with the smallest number, which I believe is -3.7, followed by -0.9, followed by 4.4, 5.8, and 8.1. All right. Okay, so let's go on to the next problem. The next problem is a mapping. Okay. And so remember, this is the same thing as saying 1 goes with 6, 3 goes with 6, 3 goes with 5. And I'm going to go ahead and stop there because, as you can already tell, oh, the 3's repeats. So what does that look like? It looks like this. When you have two lines coming from the input to the output. Okay, So this is not a function because input 3 has 2 outputs. You can only have 1. Alright, our domain for this situation is just straight from the input box. It's already in order for us, 1, 3, 5, 7. And then our range. Now for some reason it's not in order, so let's go ahead and put that in order. 2, 5, and 6. Okay, so again, your X is your domain and Y is your range. Alright, so let's look at our next example. Remember, these are our inputs. Each of these inputs all go to 3. Let's take a minute to write down those relations. It's going to be 5, 3, 7, 3, and 9, 3. As you can see, none of the X's repeat, even though they all go to the same Y value. Okay? Alright, so this, yes, it is a function. Each input has 1 output. Okay? Our domain will be 5, 7, and 9. Our range will just only be the number 3. Alright. Alright, let's go to this right here. Y equals 4x plus 5. If we use a graphing calculator, you would get this beautiful graph that looks like this. As we've discussed, on a graphing calculator, it doesn't have arrows, but it continues. Okay, so if we do the vertical line test, it only touches 1 time. So yes, this is a function. Passes the vertical line test. Okay. Domain. Well, again, can you measure how wide this will go? And the answer is no. It has 2 arrows. It keeps going. So the domain for this function is all real numbers. The range, again, is about how high or how low. Can I measure how high and how low? And the answer is no. It's all real numbers. Okay, let's go to number 20. So we have another equation. So if you graph it on the calculator, you get something that looks like this in this direction. And again, we need to know that if you graph it on the calculator, it automatically has arrows. So as you can see, yes, it's a function. Okay, passes the vertical line test, touches only once. Alright, our domain, again, just like time before, I cannot measure how wide it is because it has arrows and it keeps going. So we will say all real numbers. Now remember, when we say all real numbers, we're talking about positive numbers, we're talking about negative numbers, we're talking about all the decimals. That's what you say. That's what you're saying when you say all real numbers. Range is the same as well. Again, I cannot measure how high it goes or how low it goes. Oh, and just write the symbol. Remember, it was 2 lines and an R like that. Alright, so now let's get into graphs and finding the domain and range of these problems. One of the things I need you to notice that this is open and that means it's not going to be equal to. This is closed, and so it's going to be equal to. On your test, this portion will be multiple choice. So we need to measure how wide it is and look at our answer choices. Okay, So hopefully you notice that it's that way. Or you could simply write down the ordered pairs. That's 2, -3, and that's -4, 3. All right, so we're looking for domain, which is only the x's. So if it's only the x's, I can eliminate all the answers with y values. All right. Next up, this is a beginning and this is an end. So we can eliminate all real numbers and the ones that only have one number because it has a beginning and an end. Okay. So again, please notice this was open with a line and this is closed. So this one are both closed. Okay, so it cannot be it. Okay, at -4 is open. So this is your answer. -4 less than x less than or equal to 2. Okay. All right, let's go to our next example. Next one is we're doing range. So we can eliminate all the x answers. The next thing I need you to realize, again, this has a beginning and an end. So we can eliminate all real numbers and all the ones that have one number. So again, pay attention to what you're looking for. This is open at 3. Okay, we're looking at y's, this range. And this is closed at -3. So as we look down our list, -3 has to be closed. So that's not it. Okay. All right, this one's it. Let's look at that one. Okay, but that one is closed, so that's wrong. Okay, so now we're left with -3 less than or equal to y less than 3. So -3. Okay, closed means it has a line. Open means no line. Let's go on to number 22. We are doing domain, which is our x. So we can eliminate all the y answers. And then the next step is I need you to realize that this is closed and open. All right. This also means that it has a beginning and an end. So that means we can eliminate this answer, that answer, this one, and this one. And of course, all real numbers. Okay? Since we're looking at domain, we're looking at the x value of this point. And we're looking at the x value of this point. Okay? So at -4, it needs to be closed. So this is not going to be it because that's open. This one could be it, but if you look at 2, that means closed. It needs to be open, so not it. So here's our answer choice, -4 less than or equal to x less than 2. All right, let's go on to our next problem, which is to find the range. To find our range, once again, we eliminate the answers that have an x, and we only look at the y values. Next observation, again, as before, this is closed, and this is open. This means it has a beginning and an end. Okay? So that means this answer choice is gone, this one is gone, that one is gone, that one is gone, and that one is gone. Okay? So again, we are looking at the y value. I'm doing purple. We're looking at the y value. Okay, so we're looking at 3 and -3. So at -3, it needs to be open. So this one is closed, so not it. This one is also closed, so not it. So this one is open, and this is the only answer choice left. Okay. All right, let's keep going. All right, number 23. All right, so this one's different. I need you to notice that this has a beginning. I need you to notice about this arrow. Okay, it has an arrow, which means it's going to keep going. Okay. All right, so now that we know that information, we're looking for x. So cross out all the x answers. We're looking for x, so don't cross out the x answers. We're going to cross out the y answers. All right. Now, since it only has a beginning and it doesn't end, we can eliminate the other answers that have two numbers, because those mean beginning and end. So we are left with these two answer choices. So again, let's go back and look at this point right here. The point here is -2, 1. This is your x value. This is closed, so it has to be equal to. All right, so if you notice this choice right here, we're going to eliminate because it's not equal to. This says -4, so we're going to eliminate because it's not equal to. Now, the question is this greater than or less than? This line, this graph, is going to the right. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, those numbers are all greater than. Okay? So then we will say that the answer has to be x has to be bigger than -2. All right. All right, now let's do the range. So since we're doing the range, let's eliminate our x's. It only has a beginning, so we eliminate the ones with two answers choices. Okay, I think I got ahead of myself here. All right, and of course, the y value is 1. Y value is 1. So we only look at those answer choices, this one and this one. Is it greater than or less than? Well, here's 1, and then let's look at the numbers below that. 1, 0, -1, -2, -3. The numbers are getting smaller, so we will say y is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so let's look at number 24. Number 24 is very similar to the last problem. We're looking for domain, so we'll eliminate the x's. We'll eliminate the y's. Okay? Notice again that this is a beginning, and this keeps going. This is important. It keeps going, so it doesn't stop. Since it keeps going, it can't be that answer, or that answer. And since it has a beginning, it's not going to be all real numbers. All right, so this point right here is -2, 1. This is your x, and this is your y. So it has to have -2 in the answer, so it's not that answer. This point is closed, so it's not that answer. So the question is it less than or greater than? Let me draw my line right here. The picture is going in this direction. After -2, it's -3, -4, -5. Those numbers are getting smaller. So the answer to this question is that x is less than or equal to -2. All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's find the range of this graph. So we're looking for range, so we'll eliminate the x answers. And as we said before, this has a beginning and it has no end, so that eliminates those answers. The next thing you want to look at, again, is the y value of this point. This is -2, 1. This is your y value. So since it's 1, it can't be that answer. All right, the next thing you need to notice is that this is closed, so it can't be that answer because it's not equal to. Remember, closed means equal to, right? All right, now the question is this going to be greater than or less than? All right, so there's 1. The number above that is 2, 3, 4, 5. So the numbers are getting bigger. So you will say y is greater than or equal to 1. All right, let's go to number 25. All right, if you notice, these are the same problems as on the other side. What we're having to do is give the verbal description of our answer. So a couple of things you need to notice is that it has -4 and 2. So your answer needs to have those numbers. So let's eliminate. Okay, these are the only answers that have -4 and 2, -4 and 2, -4 and 2. Now remember, this part is backwards. Okay, this is backwards. So this is actually saying x is greater than -4. So this is greater than. Okay, so the first part of the sentence should say greater than. So if we look again at our answer choices, greater than, this one says greater than or equal to, so not it. This one says greater than or equal to, so not it. So the only answer choice left is letter C. Okay, and then this of course is less than or equal to. So the answer for number 25 domain is C. All right, let's look at the range for this one. This should be range. The answer for this problem was -3 less than or equal to y less than 3. So we'll eliminate all the ones that do not have a -3. Again, your answer choices need to have -3 and 3. -3 and 3, -3 and 3. Remember, this part is backwards. Okay, this is saying y greater than or equal to 3. Again, this means greater than or equal to. So in the first sentence, greater than or equal to, that looks good. Greater than, oh, that one's out. Greater than or equal to. All right, so we have B or L. So what is this symbol saying? This one is just saying less than. This says less than or equal to, so not it. This one says less than 2, less than 3. Okay, so the answer for this, which is again the range, is letter L. All right, let's go on to number 26. Again, your answer needs to have these numbers, -4 and 2. So we'll eliminate all the answer choices that don't have that. Again, focus on that. That is backwards. This symbol is greater than or equal to. So your first answer should have greater than or equal to. So it's not that one. Greater than or equal to, so it could be that one. Greater than or equal to, so it could be that one. Now this symbol here is just less than. So this one says, oh, we already did that one. This one says equal to, not it. This one just says less than. So the answer for the domain for number 26 is M. All right, let's look at the range. Once again, -3 less than, y less than or equal to 3. So we'll eliminate all the answers and find the ones that mean that. Again, this part is backwards. This is saying y is greater than -3. Okay? So, again, you need to know that this means greater than. This symbol here means less than or equal to. Okay? So, this one has to be greater than. This one says greater than or equal to. Not it. Greater than 3. Less than or equal to 3. All right, I think we found our answer. The answer for the range is J. All right, let's go to number 27. This one says x is greater than -2. So your answer choice should all have -2 in the answer. Okay, now you need to understand what this symbol means. This is greater than or equal to. Okay, this only says greater than, not it. This one says less than, not it. This one says greater than or equal to -2. So the answer is A. All right, so let's look at the range of number 27. Again, you get to eliminate all the answer choices that don't say 1. Okay, 1, 1, and 1. All right, so again, this symbol is less than or equal to. All right, so that says greater than, that's out. That says greater than, that's out. So now we're left with one choice, less than or equal to. So the range for number 27 is K. So you must write your inequality first and then change it to words, okay? All right, number 28. The answer to this was less than or equal to. So eliminate all the other answer choices. Find the ones that say have a -2 at the end. This says greater than, not right. That says greater, not right. This one says less than or equal to. So the domain for number 28 is the letter G. All right, now let's do the range. All right, so we'll eliminate all the answer choices. Again, this symbol is greater than or equal to. So this is greater, not it. Greater than or equal to, that's it. All right, so the range for number 28 is H. All right, that's it. Good luck.